We are here right now on the overpass of from Banilad to Talamban. So we are walking right now, me and Deloy, to give you a glimpse, a walking tour from Banilad to Talamban. So you can see that we just passed this, used to be the food mart. Now it's full of Korean enterprises. Now that is the overpass, and it's a very hot day today in the Cebu, Philippines. So I bought myself an umbrella because I lost one I used to bring around. So there is a new gasoline station, Shell, beside here, as you can see there now, newly built, just opened a couple months ago. It's beside this overpass of Banilad Road. It's the best day to do a walking tour, but it's very hot because it's very clear in the camera to see all the establishment and the roads and everything, because I want you to see all. My eventual thing is for the channel is to show you the major roads and show you what are the improvements and what can you remember when you used to live here in the Cebu, in that area, if you are familiar with it. And here on the left side, this is like the Tandoori Bollywood. So it's a Indian Bollywood restaurant there. And across there, that's the dermatology, cosmetic surgeries area. But that's the overpass of Banilad. Now, this is the parking area of that Tandoori Bollywood. And there is the Banilad place right across. Again, it's full of Korean business establishment and clinics. Now it's closed, some of the Korean boutiques on that Banilad place. And here, this is still the disputed land of, I don't know, I forgot the family. But this is like, this is not for sale thing. Oh, no, private property. There's a big sign on here before. There, Heirs of Esperanza Owano. This lot is private property, not for sale. Heirs of Esperanza Owano del Rosario. They're right there, right on the highway of Talamban now. And that's the RD phone shop, of course. I had to slow down my pacing. Sorry. And continue walking. This used to be a car shop repair, but now they have closed business. And right across is eateries. And this is the entrance to go to the Paref International School. Over here is a few more eatery, and then that's the Banilad overpass, and beside it is the Banilad Elementary School. And you can see that's the Holy Family Village. That's their entrance. And of course, there's the Spice Indian restaurant, my favorite Indian restaurant. And this is the Banilad Elementary School, just right beside there. But as you can see, there's no school right now. It's located in that overpass that you can see up there. Now let's continue on our walk. And here is the Banilad Gym. So this is called the Ananias Owano Sports Complex, or simply called by the locals at the Banilad Gymnasium. So that's their gymnasium there. Inside, they have a hand washing area here. And this is what's happening here. On the right side, you can see the Pajes Group of Restaurant office. And this one here on the left side is a private property. And right across is the University Gulias College of Medicine, the University of the Visayas Medicine Department. That's why it's officially called by the locals. We used to call that the Gulias College of Medicine, or the Medicine Department of the UB. You can see there's the Vicente Gulias Health Resort. That they are building right now. And beside it is the Barangay Banilad Barangay Hall. And then that's the Bright Academy. So in front of Bright Academy now, there's a barbecue place called Chick Boy. Now let's continue on our walk. You can see 360 Pharmacy beside. Wait, guys, my face shield keeps covering me. So there's our little shops here. Very hot. So there's the 360 Pharmacy and the Jollibee Banilad. And here on the left side is a beauty salon. So I have to walk on this side because this one has got a pathway and that one don't. So there's Don Benito's cassava cake and another international school called Woodridge International School. Then there's the Santorini Village, of course. That's long been there, so a lot of people knows the place, or some of my viewers may have lived there. And this is a new commercial center on the left side, right across Santorini Village. That one there. And here is the Chokes to Go chicken. And that's the entrance of Santorini Village. And the pathways disappear. So across is some burger place that have closed. So there's the upholstery service, eateries. And on the left side here, you got Indian restaurants and water refilling station. But the back of it is a lot of dorms, you know, room for rents. And then that's the mini stop, like a 7-Eleven thing. So this is what you see here in Banilad. And we are coming to the end. There's another Korean surplus shop there. And right across are all the self-service laundries and also alleyways which lead you to apartments and room for rent. Cargos, massage, and a few have closed as well. The dental clinics is closed. And this is the end of Barangay Banilad. You can see the sign there. You are now living Barangay Banilad. And here across is called a new one, Edna's Grill and Restaurant, whereas the barbecue boss has closed business. Look, they're demolishing their building. So they're still doing the demolishing now, but they closed for business, the barbecue boss. Although they're still leasing the place. Look, open for short-term lease. And we are passing through the entrance of Doña Rita Village here on the left side. Then across is all the ngoyongs, food, and rooms for rent. Right here is the Rosedale Commercial Center, where the famous Calda Pizza is there in the corner. That's the Calda Pizza. And there's another commercial center there called Verb Point. They opened during the pandemic. They're slowly opening. I think a lot of them is open now, but I know only one is open there before during the pandemic. the height of the pandemic. We are still, you know. Then there's the chicken tagala, like crispy chicken. These are all geared up for student meals. Banana Republic, where they sell a lot of banana Q and kamote Q. So we are now in Nazipit, Talamban. This is called the Nazipit Talamban, the vicinity of University of San Carlos, Talamban. You can see the University of San Carlos over here on the left side. And right across, of course, are commercial centers geared up for room for rents and dormitories. So you got computer centers, barbershop, beauty parlors, pharmacy, so at least here you got a proper pathwalk until it disappears. So that's the San Carlos grounds. And as you know, there's no proper school yet. It's mostly online or modular. So continuing on our walk, we are still walking beside the vicinity of University of San Carlos, Talamban branch. And they have a KFC across, as you notice. But it's only a small KFC. Most of the time they don't have stocks. And then there's the PNP Hub gas station. And this is the waiting shed for public commuters of the students from University of San Carlos. So you can see that the jeepneys are almost replaced by the buses now, because you can see that the buses even have the 13C or 62C on their number plating, on the top, not number plating, rather route number. So this is the gate 3 of University of San Carlos. And now we're ending to the pathway. We're gonna be pushed over to the road. So this is around Nazipit, Talamban. And you can see all the establishment geared up for students. But in this building, a lot of them is closed. Eateries, internet cafes, laundry. A lot of eateries. Right across you can see there's Braddock's, Bok Choy and burgers. And Silugan ni Gian, the original one, I think is here. And they have barbecues here at night on this Migs and Monique. Now there's a ramen restaurant. Burke's Noodle House, that's a new one. Never seen that before. Then you got the pet shop, Caminade, Talamban branch. And on the left side, upcoming here, this is where you go to the family park. The family park is like a public park that you can go swimming and stuff like that for a minimum fee like 20 pesos. So that is the entrance of the family park. And right across, I know there's a lot of boarding house and dormitories there. Talamban area and Banilad, Talamban actually is the heavy congested traffic-wise road here in Cebu City. So there's a self-service washing there. Because you know here, the laundry is you have a choice. You have a self-service or somebody else is doing it for you. Just wash and fold. And look at the unsightly electrical cables everywhere around here. So we are still on Nazipit, Talamban. Even this hardware, look, it's only half open. Used to be popular. So someone's installing a broadband connection there. And there's a building there. There used to be a cafe there, but now it's closed. This one here used to be called Onitsuka. Vulcanizing wheel balancing thing, but it's now MDC. So Onitsuka is already closed. Then on the back, you see some nice building there. They are the, you know, like the Korean school, English school. English as a second language schools. And they are board and lodging schools on the back here in Nazipit. Continue walking. And this is also the Nazipit area where a little rain will cause a lot of flood. But you can see that they are working on their drainage system, but it still don't work because you can see that every little rain that we have will entail a lot of flooding. So this is the Nazipit Commercial Plaza, and you can see there's not a lot. Only beauty parlors, Korean shop, Japanese shop, and veterinary office. Although you can notice that this drainage cover can be opened up to clean up, because here there used to be a restaurant like with butler type, but it's closed. See, apartment for rent, rooms for rent, because nobody is renting now, because the classes of college levels are mostly online or by modules. So over here, these are metal fabricators for gates, specialized in install and supplies, roofing, we build. And next door is Ed Bamboo's Furniture. That's a bamboo furniture thing. We'll have a look at it later because there's nobody there. Anyway, I know the owner. Daloy told me that it's our neighbor. And this one is the grid. You know, like different food restaurants, small ones are housed into different little restaurants, but it's a pile of container type building, and the food eatery is on the middle. So continuing on, so that's the Buot compound. Over here, the one that lives in Talamban still know how it looks like before. So that one now is Cafe Egal. They're renovating this one. It used to be a boutique. When you see a lot of MCWD meters, that means there's a lot of houses on the back. And this is a furniture store, also closed. This one here on the left. There's a lot of houses on the back of this one, because there's a lot of water meters on the side of the road. See what I mean? That you are forced on the road. There's no pathway. That's why I gotta have to go on this side. So I'll be seeing the coming traffic. So there is a bad news that starting yesterday until April 17, Cebu's curfew has now been moved to 8 o'clock in the 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So we are closing the city so early. So some of the establishments that starting to close late now will have to close again early. That was the same during the ECQ, the proper lockdown. That was 8 to 5. So the mayor has declared again to have the lockdown times. So this is the Patron Station, Talamban. So that road that you see up ahead, that you turn on the right, is going to Kabangkalan. So there's shops here, but there's no parking space. So there's a hotel up there, that one in the corner. The Isla Suites. And that road goes to Kabangkalan. OMG. So that's the plant display that I featured once. So I need to go in the road now. There is no more pathway. I gotta go in the drainage just to be safe. And you can see even the shop here, Palawan Pawn Shop, has occupied the pathway. Half of the pathway is occupied by them. And so is this other establishment here, this Bis Motors. So that hot mix painting services is where you can have paints, mixing of paints to your color desires. So there up ahead, that's our first commercial center here called Plaza Alicia. And over here is the Carmel Drive. A subdivision, and this is a hotel here, but now it's closed on the left side. That's our Plaza Alicia there. OMG, I'm gonna be going on the road again. So you can see where can I walk. Go on the road again. So this is another popular subdivision, Silver Hills. So we are now in the heart of Talamban. It's very hot, but it's also part of my exercise doing this walking for you, so you can see the sights and sounds of the streets in my island, Cebu, especially Cebu City. Haven't been able to go further travel because I have to go up. Oh, I thought I skid. Because of the problem that I need to be back early since I cannot cross the Pulang Bato Bridge. Because the parking in the gym is first come, first serve. So that's the GD Shen building, where Motorcycle City and Alberto's Pizza still functioning. Here in the back, there's several, only like a few MCWD, so there's only a few there. And this building here is a factory of hang on. This is the Series Summit. That's an eatery called Proverbs 31. So there's nothing much to see around this area on the road, but you can see that this is like a residential area. A lot of eateries there, and of course the alleyways where you can see there's a lot of houses on the back. I'll just stop here. I'll just fix my face shield. So that's our veterinary clinic here. So an ambulance. And then this is the M. Lulier group of companies. So this one here is now called Kalubihan Talamban. They have a car wash there. And the Do Exam Kalubihan branch. And that dilapidated building there. So another ambulance. That building across used to be the Talamban Leisure Center, but now it's closed down. And then that's the Gaisano Grand Talamban. And this is our local Talamban Lisel housing. That also branches out into selling ornamental plants as well. There's their ornamental shop. That's their bodega. And this is where they get their, from Apo Cemex, their cement for sale. So there we are in the vicinity of Talamban Grand Mall. The Supreme Council of Datus. We are now in the vicinity of Gaisano Grand Mall, and right across you can see First Auto Gas. And as we continue on, we are now coming to an end when we see the Tintay Road. So I'll just turn off for here because this is quite a long vicinity, so I can have a drink. So we are now outside the vicinity of Gaisano Grand Mall and this Starbucks mini stop in the side. And you can see the influx of traffic started to build up now here. That's how easy it is to build up around here in Talamban. So we are passing now the sunny hills. See, the traffic is now starting to build up. So we are now outside the vicinity of Gaisano Grand Mall and this Starbucks mini stop in the side. And you can see the influx of traffic started to build up now here. That's how easy it is to build up around here in Talamban. So we are passing now the sunny hills. See, the traffic is now starting to build up. So we are continuing on our walk. You can see the piling up of traffic here in Talamban already. And we are passing to Benjo's restaurant. That's a very popular eatery here in Talamban. You can see up ahead our new Jollibee here, the second branch of Jollibee here in Talamban. I just drank a whole liter of water. That's how thirsty I was. Now we're forced to go on the road again. So I also been watching my steps around here because we are forced to go on the road because there's no pathways. But this is what's happening here in Talamban. The latest commercial building was the Jollibee drive-thru there that you can see up ahead. That's the latest one. But look at the Andox. It's closing down. Not closing down, already closed and demolished, sorry. That used to be so popular with the locals. But during the sickness, in the height of the sickness, it has to close down. Then that's the Cebuana Lulier. And that's Strong Motors. That's the barbecues are starting to grill now. They got a Philippine National Bank transferred here. And there's the mercury drug that causes traffic as well. And up ahead in the blue roof that you can see, that's the Talamban Gymnasium. So it's now 3 o'clock. Influx of traffic start to build up. So this is the Talamban Gymnasium. And if you turn on the right, it will take you to Bakayan, all the way up to Pitos and Binalio. So we can't even, the little spaces left for us to walk, it's even been blocked by a motorcycle seeking driver, passenger seeking driver. But we can understand. But it's not the problem. It should be the government providing a sidewalk. In here, they have a little bit there, provided for the school children. And there's a lot of shops across that you can see. So we have to continue on because there's somebody on our back. So this is our Talamban Times Square, where Robinson Supermarket is located. It's not full up with commercial shops there, mostly just food. And this is the Talamban Barangay Hall. So I'm just walking through the main street of Talamban, but that Talamban area also includes the Kauswagan Road on the back. And that's going to Kadauhan, and also where the People's Jeep Terminal is located. That crossing there. And now it's less traffic here. It's mostly concentrated around the middle Talamban, which is where Silver Hills, and Sunny Hills rather, and going to Maria Ernestin. And now that's the Caltex where I usually get my petrol. Then the Cebu Mary Immaculate College. These are the steel shops. Long span. But small one. There's a Rusi shop there. All the little shops around here. This is actually called here the Corbada Tintay Way in Corbada, because you can see it's curving. I'll cross over. Labang tadong. That's all the tires for sale. Labang tadong. I was telling the Lloyd to cross. So in here, this is where usually the jeepney stop. So you can see a lot of eateries around here. You can see there up ahead on the left side. There's Bacaretahan and Balbakuahan. Mas Ligaya townhomes there. The Little Servants of Christ Orphanage is located right at the end of this road in Barbajo Street. And this is what I mean. There's a lot of eateries here, Balbakuhan, Larangan, catering for those taxi drivers, jeepney drivers, and the locals. That man is selling, you know, where you save your money, like bamboo bank. So these are the shops here on the way, the Tintay way, Tintay Talamban. They have Patron still over here. And Popsy's barbecue still up there. So there's not a lot here. It's almost just the same like it was, aside of course from more apartment houses on the back of this from here. Now we're gonna have to cross the street again because they're all parked on the side. Like those are making commercial units. But what they didn't realize, there's no more parking space. See, they're occupying the middle road now. This is the problem. If you have a house near the road, like I have, you should have a taller walls, taller perimeter walls, otherwise your house will be full of dust. So we are now ending, almost we end at the Tintay market. So you have the full tour of Banilad, Talamban area. So there, not a lot has been here, although there are a few subdivisions that come up for a few years now on those in Kadauhan, and also right on the end if you turn on the left. So this is Sitio Ilaya over here. So Laysonville subdivision is still there. So we are crossing this bridge. It's still being fixed. Even the dogs are staying away from the heat. So up ahead, if you go on the left, there's a few subdivisions already been established there. So there's a lot of people living there then. And on the right, that will take you to Mandawi-Kanduman Road. So you can see there's a motor shop there as everywhere. Because every corner seems to have an auto shop or a motorbike shop. So here, this is the Untitled gas station, and up ahead is the Tintay market. I'm right on the edge of the road. You have to look back before you get caught, side swept or something. Here you got 7-Eleven and also Price Gas. There's the Price Gas. That's one factory here in Talamban. So you will find this road in Kanduman. There's a lot of apartments as well because it's right next to the Ateneo de Cebu, and they're targeting students, of course, and teachers. So this is where we're gonna end. There's the new FCT Tintay, a commercial center, and that's the Tintay market. The end of Talamban jurisdiction. There's the Tintay market since 1995.